Hit it. Oh yeah. The bus is back, baby. 1 month later, we back, baby. Time to go riding.
Nobody pray for me. It been a day for me. Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so you might be wondering, A, why we haven't been uploading, but B, where has the bus been? The bus has been broken, and this has literally been part of the reason that we haven't had any good trips or go riding or picking up anything new. We have all these ideas to do stuff, and we haven't been able to do them because our bus broke down. So here we are today, hopefully finalizing what needs to be done to the bus. As you can tell, it's been broken down here in the yard for about probably a month now, I think. How long has it been? A month? Yeah, about a month now. And a lot has happened to this thing. I'm telling you that this thing has been taken apart everywhere. Basically, one day the bus was just being weird. I don't know, we talked about it in the video. The bus was being weird. It was kind of like stuttering off the line, then it would just stall out. Ran a bunch of tests and diagnostics on it. Injectors were bad, replaced those. It was a fuel issue basically. So going through everything and everything we've already done, it turns that the last thing that we're hoping it could be is the actual in-tank fuel filter. So today we're dropping the gas tank on this thing. It has about 30 gallons of gas already in the car. After everything, hopefully today, change this fuel filter out. Should finish this. We're working on that now. We're gonna drop this tank, get those filters changed, and hopefully get the bus back up and running, baby, because it's been too long without a bus.
I did all the injectors. We had a coolant leak. I didn't know where that was at first, and then when I took off this, I saw this was patched. This is a new one, but there was a big patch here on the old one.
On the top of the radiator.
So I got a new radiator. Pretty much, Ford uses every single oil and fuel line like this, like a hard metal line. They use O-rings to seal them. So I pretty much did every single fuel and oil O-ring. So I pretty much freshened up like any filter, anything that kind of mattered on this thing. The fuel bowl, all the back, there's a bunch of connections on the back and like a drain plug and stuff. I did all the gaskets on that. Checked it, inside looked really clean. The high pressure oil pump, I've been running tests on, I actually used like an iOS app and it actually worked. Like, sorry. Codes right here, I have in my pictures. This is what we are getting thrown right here, but I replaced the Icp sensor and that one's fixed. Only thing we have left now is the exhaust back pressure sensor, which is this front sensor right here, this one, and it goes to a tube. A lot of times that thing's just caked in carbon because all the exhaust goes through it. So I tested the Icp sensor. This pretty much tells if oil pressure's going. So right now at idle, it had over 500 PSI, which is good. These need 500 PSI to start. And then when I rev it, you could see it goes up to like 2,500. Yeah. And the IPR, that's the percent it's using. So like if the oil's down, this should have more percentage being used. So like when I revved it hard, it needed to build up more, so it went to 44%, which made this go up. And that's when that jumped up. I was able to pretty much test that the high pressure oil pump works and the fuel was good on this end. So that's why I'm hoping the last thing's the filter and the inside, and that's just slowing down
Delivery.
Because I had it running and then I turned it off, and when I opened this up, it was only filled up halfway. So I don't think it's filling up quick enough for how much it's using.
Mm-hmm. But that has concluded that the bus has been broken down for quite some time now. Today we're gonna get under here, undo this big ass gas tank, drop it down, and change the filters in that. So that's literally the last thing we could think of a possibility. We'll see where we get. Idle's high right now because we have it on a setting where it charges the battery, but it's running, but it sounds like it's breaking up still.
Something better. That was a lot better.
Alright, new filters are in the tank. It's still breaking up a little bit. It's definitely running better, but it's breaking up a little bit. And then we found there's fuel leaking out under the motor. Like Daniel said, he went through here and replaced everything for the oil, everything for the fuel.
Except for these two. But I have them in the box over there. You can see it's eating up on that side.
Yeah. That's... Oh, so you didn't replace the top one either?
No, I didn't replace this one or the one that's below.
Top one's for fuel. Oh, that's right into the actual bowl.
Yeah.
So
one's a return and one goes in.
So there's fuel leaking out of the last nipple. It's crazy. There's literally been a chain of events going on with this thing. Fix one thing, it's the next. So followed it up, and now the fuel's leaking from here. Replacing these, I guess you call them seals now. Yeah. Dude, after this, you're gonna be a full diesel mechanic. There's literally everything on this thing has been replaced now. Let's just run injectors, radiator, fuel filter, every seal.
Every filter. It's not
every
just fuel
filter.
Thermostat. Up pipes on the turbo.
Pipes on the turbo.
All new clamps back
All
there.
new clamps back there.
This coolant pipe that goes.
I restarted the number, so I lost count, but
yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
More than fingers you got.
Anything that needs to be done to the motor besides the actual like internal motor, like pistons and stuff like that, has pretty much been replaced. But
last things to put the new thermostat in, the pipe that comes up, fix these two O-rings I was just talking about. That'll be easy. And then there's right here this sensor that goes to the exhaust pressure valve, and I want to eventually take that off and try to clean it out with an air hose or something. At least take the sensor off and try to clean the sensor off, because there's a code for that. But besides that, that should be it. We have the gas tank right now hanging down so we could test it before we put it back up, just because right now I think there's still air in the system, so we want to run it for a little bit just to know that it's clear.
maybe we just take the motor out of this and then just put a GY6 150 in it.
150 swap?
Yeah, 150 swap it. Alright, so with the gas tank full, this is how we managed to drop it down, put the new filters in, put it back up. It got dark last night, so stopped filming everything, but you come in more straight, probably. Alright, it's like 110 degrees out here. My camera keeps shutting off because it's overheating, but threw the gas tank in, bolted her up. Everything on the engine's put back together. It's too damn hot out here right now. But we're about to see if this thing runs good. It's probably gonna stutter at first because there's probably some air in the fuel lines from having it out, but
I'm gonna cycle it a couple.
idle seems good. It's not a rough idle now.
It is accurate.
Repair shop in here. What'd you just do? You finally repaired the clutch on this thing?
It's still really tight.
Dirt bike's been down. Dude, most importantly, the bus is home, bro.
Bus down, but the
Bus
bus
down.
up. You dig?
Bus back up. We got dirt bike back up. Bus is back up. Hopefully the dirt bike's back up. That means we're gonna be going riding soon, boy.
We're back. We're back again.
You know what I'm saying? You can pull out the YZ. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been like 2 months since I last went. You guys went like a month ago. And RJ over here, he finally fixing his scooter that's been in the backyard broken down for like a year now. He bought this thing, caught on fire, and then literally never rode it again because he didn't know how to fix it. So.
Well, actually, caught on fire, we fixed it, and then Robert's welds broke.
Oh yeah, that's true. And then we fixed them.
Yeah.
And then when we fixed the welds, the Kickstarter broke. The clutch is holding. Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Ouch. Cold started.
You smell that?
Smell that two-stroke? Alright, I know this video kind of jumped around a little bit because it's been hard to grab the camera throughout working on this and there's everything else going on. But the bus is fixed. The bus is back. We're ready to go riding now. It's hot as hell outside, but tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow we're gonna wake up early. We're gonna go riding on some dirt bikes. I'm just happy we got the bus parked out front. We can piss off the neighbors a little bit again, you know. How's she been driving?
Yeah. No leaks, that's good. Sell all
leaks.
night.
7.3 mechanic, bro. That's you, dude. Add it to the resume.
It's back in my pocket.
You have a keys to the OBD scanner on him? I keep that thing on me. Yeah, this thing's running about 1,000 horsepower now. We just turned the turbos up to like 75 million PSI, and this thing actually does wheelies now. So main problem was there's this pickup in the gas tank. There's like a screen at the bottom of the actual fuel pickup, and it fell off in the tank. So the stem to actually get gas was only like this long. It wasn't reaching the bottom of the tank. So it's cutting out. And also on the motor itself, the I guess the feed line for the fuel into the bowl, the O-ring was bad on it, so it was leaking a bunch of fuel. That was also a main problem. And then when we ran the injector test, it shows it's like a test you do when the car's off, and you can just hear the injectors. 2 of the injectors were bad and they were stuck. So all new injectors, everything for the fuel management is basically all brand new. All new sensors, everything's cleaned up. AKA this bus should be ready for a few 100,000 more miles. And that's that 7.3 life, you know what I'm saying? So, we need to put some miles on her, get her going, get some dirt bikes going. And we're out.
There's no leaks.